Sir.
It's fine. He's gonna show up right when he needs to show up.
Exactly. If you can't taunt them because they muted you, then what you need to do is taunt them physically with your hero.
Yeah, you know, or
Like
get some
Dota.
sprays, put some sprays down on the ground. You can't mute those.
That's true. You
Next
know all
level
the tricks,
trolling.
apparently.
Oh yeah, you know, they do call me Toxie.
Did you think it was
Full play by
yours?
Desperate there. Use the orb to get the range last creep, and then he uses this opportunity to get the D ward. Normally a little bit hard to get that, but able to get it instantly is going to accelerate his bottle timing here. I think that's because they smoked with, or Spirit got the ward down really fast and saw their opponent's place. That's why he's able to get that for free.
Bottle's becoming more and more important now with all the other runes that have been added into the game. Seems very, very important that the mid picks it up each time now, especially because you no longer can pull tangos. You can't demand it. Instead, now people are demanding support. Buy me bottle. That's not happening.
Slacks does it all the time. Maybe not so much now that they nerfed his precious
Radiant's top
techies,
tower
but
is under attack.
I mean, Omni Knight's
yeah,
making
well-
a comeback. That's a hero that he loves too.
All right.
I suppose so, yeah. We see Earth Spirit do a pull through. He actually did mess up and accidentally aggroed the range creep to the tower, so he's not going to deny nearly as many creeps here, which is usually one of the benefits of this. Not necessarily deny, but these creeps just die here, so kind of a big mistake, actually, because that's basically he only denied one creep from his opponents while doing this, while Snapfire gets leveled, so pretty moderate mistake, at least for a laning stage impact stuff. He still hits level 2 beast.
I have a feeling it's going to be another slow one for a bit. Taking a look at how these lanes are very similar. Maybe if Dukalis gets a little bit too far forward, but well, you know, Astral does make a rotation down to the bottom lane, and that lane is looking very vulnerable.
I was assuming, yeah, I think Lena's the guy you go on, but we'll see.
Dire's middle tower is under
Ghostik 4 times.
Yeah, well, no, I guess it's going to be Ghostik who's going to be the first blood sacrifice as Astral gets a nice little reward for rotating.
Yeah, that was a huge kill, actually. Centaur is still vulnerable at this stage. He's got lots of HP, but his armor is not that high, and he is a little bit slow, so he does have boots picked up now, though, so his ability to get away from Monkey King should be good, but big kill, and that's going to hurt Snapfire on the other side. It is a Snapfire core. Hasn't picked up Lil Shredder, probably because as a core, you want the AoE to farm, so a little bit more of a typical Snapfire build. But hey, if they can zone Ghostik and make his game a little bit harder, this could be really worthwhile. Because then Monkey King, they can basically leave Monkey King solo against the slightly underfarmed Ghostik, and that leaves the supports lots of time to start pressuring others, which could mean that a lot of pressure comes from.
I definitely saw a lot of aggression the last game coming out from them. But you can see some movement coming out here, trying to just zone a little bit more over on the side of Unique.
It was pretty successful. They got a small camp stack because of this. So
Radiant's
now they should be
courier
able to
has
clear a
been
whole
killed.
creep wave, which normally that would have been messed up or interrupted by Lina. So this tri-lane, slightly useful here. Snapfire picks up level 3, so she's still doing okay. Not amazing, 7 last hits compared to Medusa's 16, but you could argue that because Snapfire functions really well as a support, that if she functions as a under-leveled, under-farmed offlane, she should be more useful than a hero like Sentry in that position.
Slayer did manage to go and
Dire's
snipe the
courier
Puck's
has been
courier. Luckily, I believe he already got his things sent to him, but also we get Slayer's courier slaughtered in response as well, so a little bit of revenge.
He does get his wards delivered, his ward and his sentry, so we'll probably see a D-ward coming out for Nyx if he can find one.
4-minute runes coming out. And
Then taking the water ring.
otherwise fairly calm right now.
Hard game for Ghostik here. 13 last hits now. Just dangerous to approach the Monkey King, who now has a Orb of Venom. So if he does come forward, he's got to land Hoof Stomp, or he is going to get heavily pressured or die.
Well, that and the Spirit Siphon is just so good against very tanky heroes as well. You've got a nice combination.
yeah.
You've got the silence, the slow, stun coming out from our Spirit eventually. You know, it's very intimidating to go anywhere near this Monkey King, and or not even the Monkey King, but the creep wave in general. It feels kind of bad right now if you're Unique.
The Spirit Siphon damage is just really, really massive. Look, they're even denying his own Sentry Ward that's blocking his large camp, because they're like, we control this lane so hard, I want to be able to pull more. FN getting a little low here, popping water rune. Most likely.
Most likely. Doesn't look like the Puck wants to dive too hard. Couple tips coming out.
They're Yeah, they're happy with that because what it did is it's going to push their lane a little bit and allow them to pull the creep wave back. So whereas it was probably going to push towards their tower, now he's just holding, now he's just power denying basically. So this actually just gave them even more lane control, whereas they were going to get some gold finally. So kind of a mistake there by Bignum. That's why they tipped him. But a rolling boulder coming mid potentially here. Desperate does pick up 6 is why going for the kill.
Dream Coil gets dropped. They try to sidestep it, but they're not going to be able to. This kick back with the snap. And that is a dead FN. Sure, he's a little
Really well done.
a little nervous here because the last game definitely was a bit of a struggle for him as well, and that's not the way you want to get started.
Yeah, really tough to play Void Spirit against Puck for that reason, because he's got all these survivability skills, but when you get coiled, you just don't get those tools the same.
No, you don't. Slayer, he does pick up the Arcane Rune and denies it from Puck. He takes a healthy chunk of damage along the way. Dukalis, though, going to be able to snap up that other bounty rune right underneath the nose of Bignum. Spots out the stacks as well.
Are fortified.
So maybe Monkey King is having a great game, but on the other side of the map, Palantimos on the Medusa is also doing very well. Level 6 picked up, semi-uncontested. The upside, though, for PuckChamp is that Ghostik, or sorry, Snapfire has a little bit more. Well, no, he actually does. I'm sorry. Same levels, a little bit more from Ghostik, so I guess it's okay. Small gold advantage for PuckChamp.
Roll in now from Astral, not quite on the mark. They follow up with the LSA. They need to be careful, though. They don't want to let these stacks of Jingo come up. Krylat just pushing back the wave here, lands the Boundless over on the Lina.
I take
Call
what I
sleep is
please.
gonna earn, so no big deal. And they give him a salve as well. Similar build for Death Prophet. I really like this fast mech build. Very cool. Because she's individually very tanky and very survivable because of Spirit Siphon. If she gets gone on, she can heal herself.
Dire's middle
Looks like there's gonna be a fight top, so
Yep, TPs are coming in. The pin throwing has begun. FN is in position. They'll be able to jump back here over onto Palantimos, but FN following up gets the taunt off. There's not going to be that many Order for Kisses getting thrown out as Melee goes down. Desperate, trying to juke around the corner here. Looks like they've got their attention on 2 separate targets. Slayer hoping that he can grab Desperate. Not going to be able to quite do it, but they'll grab Astral. Thanks to that
looked
stampede.
pretty scary. Palantimos had to be worried there, but very importantly, he got a huge Mystic Snake off. When his mana went all the way down, the snake came back, boom, his mana goes to full again. And then Desperate realizes, I'm not going to be able to get this kill anymore. He could have used the Dream Coil, but let's take a look at it again. They roll in, they get some good damage. Very nice of FN to interrupt the Snapfire ulti to limit some of that damage here. But look, the snake comes back, it bounces to FN, or sorry, bounces to a range creep, and maybe one more hero gets a full heal. At that point, Dusa is going to live.
Dire's middle
So
tower is
great
under attack.
rotation there. Good plays by Unique, and they offset some of that advantage.
They have so many stacks that they've been doing here for Palantimos. Got some over on this side of the jungle, and you've been seeing that Lina's been stacking the other side. So this is a very happy Medusa.
Yeah, this is really good. Great chip best pick up here now. Throw that over on Ghostik to stabilize his lane in stage more, get him back up towards full HP. Now Lina's gonna sit in the mid lane. Lina versus Death Prophet, the classic support versus support matchup in the mid lane, as we both know. But yeah, anyways, I really love this mech Death Prophet build. She's survivable, and by having mech, it makes her survival and her teammates. Works out perfectly. Monster conflict.
Man, Dota is a wild game. If you had told me that we'd be seeing a Death Prophet 5 building a mech, I would have told you that that's definitely grounds for a report.
Yeah, but it's been buffed a lot. It's been cheaper. You can certainly buy it without Greaves now. Before it felt like if you're not buying Greaves, it just felt like a bad buy because 200 mana was just a little bit too costly. But 100 mana, super affordable for lots of different. So very cool how they've adjusted a bit.
See that Desperate was trying to farm up that camp, and the Lina walks by and says absolutely not. Dragon slaves it and continues to protect the stacks as much as she possibly can. But a little bit of room now for Slayer to get some of these, to maybe die if he's not careful, but you can see already there are more people in the vicinity. So if Snapfire gets a little too cheeky, they will have some follow-up here.
Yeah, kind of interesting that FN's been just playing here consistently, but I mean, he's hit neutral creeps in the meantime. He doesn't seem super interested in going all in on Snapfire because there could be response from Earth Spirit or something. And Snapfire is just naturally really about 1,000 HP right now, so Slayer gets solo experience, and yeah, he'll take a little bit less farm, but he's guaranteeing that both Lina and his Nyx Assassin will get more levels, and those levels are really important on these heroes for them to be effective, so it's a good trade-off here to help their overall team be stronger.
Absolutely. Bit of a slow start this time around, but sure we're going to be seeing some more movement coming out soon. One of these teams, of course, with the Mortimer Kisses being down too. I felt like they had overshot that just a tiny bit too when they initially launched. I don't think they were quite expecting that the kick would be coming in so quickly from the Earth Spirit.
A little bit harder for sure. Snapfire's gonna have a great game. Arcane Boots, Snow Talisman, Keen Optic now. Huge mana regen. He can basically just safely hit these creeps. I haven't seen too much out of Earth Spirit the last couple of minutes, but it's just been moving around. Probably stacking camps or something.
Smoke up over on the side of PuckChamp. They're hoping maybe they can catch out this here Nyx Assassin. Slayer already trying to land it, but there's a follow-up. Not sure they're aware that FN is here, and Bignum also teleporting in. The follow-up. Nice Dream Coil to snap, though. Some of those kisses getting tossed around as well, but they just use a Laguna Blade to the face over on Astral. FN needs to be careful, though. He may have gone just a little bit too far. He uses that Fairy Fire. Is going to be able to survive this as the Astral steps away.
Good place for both sides. Slayer did the obvious, use Spike Carapace to go break the tether. Puck ended up phase shifting that damage and stun, which is pretty cool, but ultimately a little bit.
That's a dead Snapfire. And, you know, they're trying their best. Oh, well, maybe with the cookie hop. No, last second here. Slayer now getting chipped away here by Puck. Dukalis also chasing him, but it is going to be the Puck who murders the little bug over there.
Absolutely worth a great kill for Lena there. She's more important than the 5 position. Next, you gotta be careful. The next, he max Spike Carapace first. Any damage him, if he uses this ability effectively, he's getting a lot of big stuns off in a team fight as a 5 position. So Power's gonna die now from the Exorcism and that kill. But this is all relatively fine. They've bought in a lot of time for Medusa to hit neutrals. She's now level 10. She's like halfway to her Manta style now. Here's that initiation again. Tries to nuke from darkness. Oh, she spots right now. This is the issue here. A little bit too obvious. Trying to get extra damage in, and as a result, I guess punished for it. Could have done that from range and not put herself in the same vulnerable position, but
just a little overeager, I think.
Trying to get too much value out of the nuke. And here comes the gank of Vendetta and Smoke here. They definitely can stun Puck if they spot the orb coming out. Easy Spike Carapace setup here, but Sentry is not going to spot
just outside. Nope.
Until now.
Yeah, they'll be happy enough with that. So I'm sure they would prefer to have the Puck, but yeah, we take those. We take those.
Well, good. That's 20 seconds at Earth Spirit, basically 30 seconds Earth Spirit's on the map. That means that now FN can take this top wave no problem without having to worry about Dream Coil into Punch breaking him, so a little bit of farm acceleration for him, and once he gets heals, then he's going to be really happy on his hero.
Got the Battle Fury now completed for the Monkey King, but the Deuce is still farming exceptionally well. Palantimos 7k net worth currently, thanks to all those lovely stacks, and the fact that he's been pretty much allowed to just hit the jungle and not be bothered. Same thing, though, could be said about the Monkey King. He's been having a grand time as everyone else has been moving around the map and putting pressure down on towers.
Interested to see the Battle Fury build and not the Diffusal build. Usually people, in my experience at least, seems like people like going Maelstrom into Axe instead of the Battle Fury build, but see how it goes.
Cookie Hop not quite gonna land, and they end up
ooh, that was costly.
Using the Morty Kisses, yeah.
They messed up. Well, basically, Monkey King stun was not. It's only level 1. He went for this max Primal Spring build after getting a lot of Jingu. He needed the Jingu to lane against Centaur. Then he needed Primal Spring to accelerate his Battle Fury. So then when he ends up coming here for this disable, they miscoordinate a little bit because of those low boundless strike levels. Usually you have like 2 points, maybe at least, and as a result they miscoordinate and waste a big timing window here. But on the other side of the map, Puck and Earth Spirit are still trying to make the kill happen with their combo, but they're gonna have to find a support or maybe the Void Spirit.
They're about to run into a lot of them if they're not careful. In fact, they use their own scan. They realize something's up. So Slayer finding the Puck. They need more lockdown. They don't seem to have it just yet as the Dream Coil does get used over on 2. Oh, but the Spike Carapace is coming in. The Laguna cleans up Desperate.
Played by Slayer there. Instant stun out of Invis. You don't want to chance that missing. He could have orbed, but he would have been like under tower, so he probably thought that was a little too dangerous. But in hindsight, maybe he should have jumped.
Dire's bottom tower is
And
under
then he face
attack.
shift dodged Mystic Snake. Maybe he should have let that hit. That way he couldn't, would have had face shift to prevent the
Radiant
spike carapace, but
structures are
a little tough
fortified.
there. He didn't expect it.
Dire's
There were many
bottom tower
possibilities,
is
but I
under
think
attack.
either way, he probably was dead. No Mortimer kisses for this towers,
Radiant's
though.
middle
Looks
tower
like Unique
has
will be
fallen.
able to easily take it out and then retreat again.
Sapphire going the old classic Ags build to be able to launch in an ally potentially to make the team fight go a little bit easier. Not really the best heroes for that. Like all their heroes that want to go in melee range can already do it for themselves. Monkey King and Earth Spirit have the tools, but
Death Prophet definitely doesn't want to get yeeted.
Oh, come on. All right, Pop Exorcism, you're going in. Oh god.
Just imagine her putting on a helmet and goggles and just buckling in like, oh god. Astral though, stuck in the woods and is gonna run into the Nyx Assassin and the Centaur, and they're gonna let FN get the final hit. But the Exorcism over on the side, they were trying to loop around. Ghostik immediately going to teleport out, but they use the Dream Coil to hold him into place. It's a good stop, lands onto 2, but the rest of the team, they don't want anything to do with this, so they will already hightail it on out.
Kind of feels like a reversal last game. Unique is getting out of every team fight using much less skills. FN on the Void Spirit just feels so much more useful in these engagements. He can follow up on these initiations and get a damage burst, but he's also not burning his entire mana pool to do it like Storm Spirit usually is. But he also remains defensive as well, so I feel like it's just fitting their draft so much better than the Storm was.
Now Monkey can see quite a bit here. The Waning Rift. It's going to be LSA. The silence immediately, though. Slayer is slain. And they'll be able to take down FN as well. A nice move from PuckChamp.
Probably should have used himself. I mean, he used silence, but he got caught with that cookie. Maybe
Dire's middle tower
forgot
is
about
under
the
attack.
cookie being available, but
I guess they took
Oh, okay, that's a 10 melees.
Dire's
Now they're jumping behind the tower now. Purge Lena's taking a lot of damage. She doesn't look like she's going to be able to survive this. They've got a lot of Spirit Siphons going out. Bignum again. He does fall. They've already taken that melee. Desperate next. And Krlt will be the next one to get taken out here by Ghostik.
great fight, but it just kind of feels like both teams making moderate mistakes. Snapfire once again out of position. Lena catches him, shows the value of the hero. Lots of burst damage. Ends up being enough to clean her up, and then a great Deuce ulti lands some Stone Gaze on Puck, getting another big kill. So she just keeps accelerating. Her net worth is way ahead of Monkey's now. Monkey ends up dying in that fight too. Just perfect setup for Unique so far, and it doesn't feel like they're gonna slow down to me.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Palantimos has had all the breathing room in the world here. And it's reflected in the items that he is currently holding and hopes to pick up. Taking good time on them.
The only thing that's a little bit scary about Medusa, in my opinion, is that Monkey King is an agility hero, and buying Diffusal on him is pretty solid because it's going to accelerate with Wukong's command. But one of the downsides is that keeping Medusa in Wukong's is not going to be easy, because if she turns on her ultimate, she gets 50% movement speed. She can pretty easily run out of it. So with the Battlefield also slowing down his Ags, and once he gets Ags, he's just not going to do that much single target damage. So yeah, he'll be able to farm and stuff, participate in ganks, but I don't know, I thought that this build was outdated, but maybe he's onto something here. We'll see.
Ooh, it's a nice pick off here on the puck. Down it goes Desperate, and they'll go and use the Stampede. This Death Prophet is not looking very healthy. She's going to be the next victim. Everyone else on the side of PuckChamp has vacated the area.
Puck pressured and punished once again. It looks like such a good hero against Void Spirit, especially. Dream Coil is great, but if you just limit the amount of kills that you get, and then you go ganking against Puck yourself, the hero is so much easier to kill than Beastmaster. Beastmaster had like 2,000 HP at this point last game. Puck's only walking around with 1,200 HP, so she's super vulnerable to this Nyx setup with other disable follow-up. So like the Unique draft is almost exactly the same as last game, but it just looks so much more capable in this match.
Yeah, FN's got to be very happy because last game, of course, when he was playing his Storm, he was just having difficulty even trying to take down the position 5 Death Prophet. This time around, he's had a lot more impact for many of the reasons that you've already stated, Purge. But again, not having the Beastmaster on the enemy team, I really don't think any team should be allowed to have that hero right now. I think he's definitely on the list.
Yeah, and the fact that you can still play multiple roles as well also makes the hero so good in a draft.
Just barely miss FN. Might run into Slayer. Palantimos is around. Got the Spike Carapace. And there it is. There's those Mortimer kisses plus the silence, though. This is looking halfway decent going over to the side of PuckChamp, but Medusa, she's just going to be able to walk away. Luna's going to get used as well. The Dream Coil, it's looking nice. It's holding them into place. There's no mana left over here on the Medusa as Palantimos will fall, and it looks like Ghostik is going to be next. Slayer just barely managing to get away.
Pretty big mistake there by Palantimos.
He's still going.
See if somebody else dies.
Yeah, they're trying to kill Bignum here, and they've got the Ags online. They've got plenty of silences, slows, and the damage. They'll be able to collect a kill on Lina. Slayer needs to be a little bit careful. Don't have the vision on him, though, and they'll just immediately transition into the Roche pit.
A good way to do it. They've got Ags up on Monkey King as well, so good luck fighting into him at this point.
Astral. Carapace comes out, but Slayer sidesteps it just a little bit. Might have been worth it to let it actually connect.
And the Monkey King Ags recently nerfed, no longer works against Roshan, so Krlt's not going to be able to get that free acceleration here. But ultimately, I think that the fight was lost because of Palantimos. His mantle was on cooldown while playing in that area, so when he got ran at, the layered silences were just way too much for him to deal with. The Death Moment silence, the Puck silence, the Earth Spirit silence, all delaying his ulti that would have protected him. And when he finally got on silence, his mana's drained, can't cast it anymore. So if he wants to play in that area with Nyx Assassin, like, he needs to have his Manta ready, so at least he can Manta and pop ulti really quickly. But here's his silence, there's another silence, then he gets Dream Coil, then the damage is just way too much at this point, and he ends up getting taken down. So needed that to protect himself, and that's kind of on him for not having Manta available in that.
Definitely got jumped on there. I don't think they were quite expecting that because it was a smoke as well. But
yeah, but Nyx was positioned for it. He had the ward on the high ground. He was positioned to break smoke on either ramp. Medusa was just a little bit behind him. He also should have just ditched right away. He backed briefly there when the Nyx got a stun off. He should have smoked it. And if he did, he would have gotten out of there. It would have been less of a big deal.
Shades of the last game there where they were trying to make a gank happen and aren't going to be able to quite do it here. So rolling forward, looks like they'll find Bignum. Silence, kick back, and Bignum, yes, he just accepts his fate. He knows there's a lot of pain coming for him, but maybe he can give his life to keep his cores alive.
Yeah, FN did not have a TP. I think he might have canceled it, and I wasn't 100% sure, but he's got to hide down there for a bit. Unfortunately, he's going to lose some net worth from advantage from this. Going to lose the support thing for him.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
One out of that.
Scotty is completed now for the Medusa. Now allow her a little bit more kiting ability.
And the anti-healing against both Death Prophet and Monkey King is actually going to be really big. That's cool. Gem picked up on DP, by the way, pretty early.
They're feeling pretty strong right now, and they know that the later that this goes, the bigger of a problem the Medusa is going to become.
Is under attack.
Fen needed to be careful. He's hiding over in the tree line. I don't know.
Are these clones are hitting the tower? I think it's just they're not animating. Like one of them isn't.
Yeah, I think it's
weird.
Dire's structures.
He's not. That one's maybe too far out.
These ones are hitting now, but the first one that spawned is just like standing there awkwardly. Maybe it was working on it. I'm not sure. I don't think it was. I thought they changed it. Okay, basically, you could solo Roche with Ags on. Way too good.
It's way too good, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like Beastmaster Ags allowing you to solo Roche.
Well, Beastmaster Ags is way too good as well, so. Smoke coming out from the side of PuckChamp. We'll be able to find Slayer. So they'll clean up the Nyx Assassin. He's going to use the Yules though by himself. Just a little bit more time, but Spike Carapace buys him again. He's going to just burn off all that mana over on Desperate, but eventually will die here.
Yeah, he died, but he's got max mana burn now. He just drained, what, 500 mana from Puck. How does Puck fight now? Like, Puck could go in, but, I mean, she needs, like, another 400 mana to feel comfortable taking an engagement. So even though he dies there, buys a little bit of time, takes Puck off the map. Clarities are expensive these days. Like, mana drain is pretty effective in this circumstance.
And you can tell that was exactly the plan when you knew that he's like, I'm not getting out of this alive. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to press my buttons, use all my spells, and just be as annoying as possible, really making them pay for that death. But Puck, of course, does manage to pick himself up an Invis rune, which might have come in handy here. Some lane here. FN's got that Astral step. Puck really would love to catch him, though. He just doesn't have quite enough. Maybe one more tick should do the trick. Oh, the cookie coming out here. Helps to make sure that they get that kill.
Little too much damage there. Did have another shawl, but A little too much damage. He's got Axe finish though, so he'll be able to protect himself now, at least by getting some silence against the puck. With that death, now they're going to pressure. They've got Aegis, they've got Exorcism, Monkey Key in the front. Easy tower kill.
It'll be interesting too. They did just pick up the Bignum Scepter over on Void Spirit, so they might be able to duck into the back lines, maybe get the initiation over on the puck, take him out of the equation. I think that'll help a lot. But on the flip side of that, puck picked himself up a Blink Dagger, so that positioning to catch him is going to be a lot harder.
But it's pretty straightforward to hit Resonant Pulse on a lot of heroes, and it doesn't have to just be puck too. If he can interrupt Snapfire ulti, if he can just hit Earth Spirit and prevent some disable fall, if he can just slap Death Prophet. Silences are amazing against supports because supports do not have the items to be able to deal with those expected silences. That's one of the things that makes Death Prophet support pretty effective, because if she just lands a nice silence on the other two supports, she's offsetting him.
A little bit of a poke here coming out from Desperate. Oh, the stop though coming out from Ghostik. The rest of the team not really in position though. He does manage to snap up the arcane room. The jump forward here, the Astral step coming out from FN. Puck sitting very, very low, but is going to survive it with that BKB. They'll turn back around. They're putting out some damage over here onto Krlt, and he's gonna go wind up with that command. But again, the Medusa, she's more than happy to just stand over on the side, use that ultimate, although they do launch the puck. I'm not sure that was the play though, because Desperate, he gets absolutely obliterated. Another stop coming out from Ghostik, and they have those Mortimer kisses, and they'll be able to take down Ghostik. Krlt, though he's not looking very healthy, is going to fall, as now they'll turn it back around. Death Prophet Dukalis' time is up, as Melee's trying to run, getting just slowed down so much by the Scotty, and over on the back lines, they've got their eyes over here on the puck. Can they take him? Yes, they will.
Matters not to me.
Massive, really good fight there by Team Unique. It looked a little hairy with the Monkey ulti, but you saw how tanky Medusa is. Again, the Monkey King does not have good damage. Battle Fury, Bignum Scepter, BKB, this makes you very weak against this massive HP that Medusa produces. If there was a defusal in that circumstance, maybe Medusa has absolutely zero mana by the time she gets out of the ring, but because of the build that he went, didn't quite work out, and then she's able to basically kite out of this engagement and make things look okay. And also the kisses, shooting the puck back in ended up being a big mistake as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Desperate was pretty upset about that. He did buy back during that fight, and then he died again.
FN doing great in the fight, though. You got big silences off on the back line. Here comes the ulti from Medusa, which, she's taking some damage here, but it's not that bad. And once they separate from this, Monkey can use BKB to do that, and now he's basically fighting as if he's just a killable hero here. Great stun by Ghostik. They get the follow-up, which is going to get Monkey killed for the first time. Everything's looking a little bit iffy here for Unique with that puck buyback, but just way too hard to finish off the Medusa at this stage with the Scotty, and it instantly turned for the puck. Fuels, the Remnant, the follow-up damage. Only the Snake would have hit. It would have been even better for Palantimos, but great kill by FN as well. So it's made some mistakes this game, but really performed well in that fight.
It feels like the tables could be turning just a little bit here now for Team Unique. We're seeing the power of this Medusa with the Scotty, has the Butterfly online, and an Enchanted Quiver, so.
Butterfly's so good this game. Monkey will have to buy a Monkey King bar at some point, but he's buying Scotty right now, so just makes his game a little bit delayed. Like, his hope of killing Medusa, at least by himself, is basically gone right now.
Smoke up from the side of Unique. They realize that the ball is in their court currently, and they're hoping maybe they can get their hands on a little puck. Ghostik. They use a scan. They realize they're not in the triangle, but they're not showing on the map either. Monkey sitting up a little high. Gonna get spotted here. They'll immediately turn around. They'll blow up Dukalis. And there it is. There's that Stampede plus the move back to man, but it doesn't seem to really matter. Lugoda's coming out as well. Look at the Snapfire kisses being used over onto Ghostik. Is it enough? Looks like FN just barely going to survive, but they turn right back around again. They kill the puck.
Mana burn.
Krlt just hiding in the trees.
Damage. Looks, I mean, they obviously killed the Death Prophet right at the start of the fight, but other than that, it looked a little bit bad for Unique. Great ulti, puck ulti catches, FN made it look like he was instantly dead, but he's able to get Yules off and protect himself there. And then finally, the Stone Gaze forces them to react and run away, but puck getting picked off in that last second with the mana burn was huge. It's such a powerful ability against these high int heroes.
That was so close. That Impale almost hit the Monkey King as he was teleporting out. That would have been a great surprise to find.
Paladin sword, great pick up. I thought Medusa had that, and I was about to get real excited for her. All right, so they got this. Check out this idea. There's a psychic headband on the Radiant team. Is there one on the Dire team too? Cannot tell.
Excellent.
Yep.
There it is. Okay, get this. Medusa hits 25, gets a 75 intelligence talent. She's got like 250 int. Then she picks up the psychic headband. It gives her like another 50 int or something. It'd actually be worth it.
She's pretty happy right now because she just got that regen rune, that's for sure.
Split shot using modifiers is insane. There's no way she doesn't get that with Scotty.
I like
Think
your
about
theory
it.
crafting though. I
It could be
enjoy
cool.
it. It could be so
Cast range
cool.
Cast range is amazing on Lena, so there's no way she's gonna get it. But like one case where that percentage, other than like an OD or something or a Sky, is actually really valuable.
Slayer realizing that the lane's been pushed out is gonna hunt. Manages to find the Monkey King Ghostik. Gets the stop off. They still don't really have the vision, but the other thing will break the trees, and that's just a dead Krlt.
Held her feet to the fire.
MPD used to kill trees. Thought it did. I think they might have removed it because like when you got...
You need the Ags, right, to run over terrain?
Oh, you're right. But the problem was that like if you had Centaur Ags and you had a Monkey King that was on a tree, you would instantly stampede his own tree, I believe. I don't remember if it's still in there, but they got him, raid disabled,
Got him.
and they really believed in him still being there.
Yeah.
Huge catch, and that gives him Roshan. And now we got a shard. What do we got? Cold-blooded on Medusa. She's targeted with a spell, single target snake gets sent back. That's actually so good. Look at all these int heroes on the Radiant side. If they get snaked back, and it comes back to Medusa, boom, she gets like 500 mana.
Guys, you know something is good when Purge gets that excited, and you can hear that in his voice. Look at this protection. Immediately, BKB coming out from Astral. Gonna just have to roll on out Cub Scout, but you know what? They're gonna be able to find the Dukalis, and they'll happily take a kill on the Death Prophet. Double damage rune is available in the bottom area, and they do have vision on it thanks to that ward.
Oh, they gave it to Nyx instead. Interesting. Okay, so
Dire's middle
These
tower
enemies-
max move
Ooh.
speed for Vendetta,
That's pretty nice.
and more movement speed, and 20% magic resistance when he actually gives somebody the little spike.
Dire's
Which is kind of
bottom
funny because with the
tower is under
Philosopher's Stone, he
attack.
does legitimately 50 physical damage when he hits somebody. But the magic of Vendetta will...
Ooh, look at him. He can smell
I
the
really
Puck. Can
like
he get
that
the
they did
Impale
this.
off in time? Oh, he does! He manages to find Puck. He mana burns him as well.
That was so sick. I mean, it's BOTs, but still, like, that actually just wasted like 30 seconds of...
I'm
big
sure
catch.
Puck was a little nervous there, too. Look at this. Just, whoop.
Radiant's
guessed.
middle tower is
Amazing
under
catch.
attack.
What a God Slayer. See him of the
But
Slayer,
part of it's
everybody.
that shard. He wouldn't have gotten there
Dire's
as fast as he
bottom
did if not
tower
for the
is
shard. I
under
really like... I've seen almost every game the carry always gets the shard, but this game they gave it to the guy that's looking for people, that's initiating. I think this is a really good choice. It's going to make it way easier for him to find these opportunities, even though that the cold-blooded would have been cool on Medusa against some of these end heroes.
Well, the double damage is looking pretty nice, too.
Oh yeah.
Palantimos just walks up and, you know, they'll use the Solar Crest on him, but doesn't seem to care a whole heck of a lot. As Krlt does manage to take a tower top, but I don't know. I feel like this Juica is way scarier. I think he needs to come home. Step forward, though. Coming out from FN, the drawback over onto the Snapfire. There's not going to be any kisses this time around, not unless she wants to buy back. Doesn't feel like Granny wants to do that at this time, as Krlt's still, kind of hanging out on top lane. He's just letting this go. I'm not sure if that was the play.
Fight. He can't fight. He's so weak right now. Like, I was thinking about it when he was in the top lane before he got solo killed. Like, he's trying to finish Scotty. Like, Dusa has a butterfly.
Right.
Unless you get MKB, he is not going to be able to kill her. So he's like finishing this item that would have been good, but like he was too far behind in net worth for it to be really good. He's missed his timing. So now it's like taking a team fight there. Maybe you win high ground, but like, especially with her having DD, good luck. Like that was literally basically a rapier of damage that she had from that DD. There was no way they won that fight. So split pushing was fine. They got half damage on the tier 3 tower top, and that's going to get him a little closer to MKB. But he's playing without buyback now, and it feels like he has to buy the MKB, otherwise they don't win that next fight. So that means he's for sure not going to have buyback in the next. He's either not going to have buyback or MKB in the next time they take an engagement.
Definitely a fair point. Desperate, doing some little desperate measures, you know, trying to cut the wave, trying to slow them down just a little bit and protect those tier 2s that are still up on the side lanes. They're converging towards the top lane, though, over on the side of Unique. It feels like they're thinking that they want to just, you know, shove this out. Of course, there was some damage on their tower. They might as well equal out these lanes and maybe, you know, take that tier 2.
They just have to split push the best thing they can. Puck has to be really careful laning during the Nyx. So, what happened to that gem, by the way? Who got it?
I think they dropped it. Yeah, Bignum has it now. I remember the Death Prophet getting pretty blown up earlier on.
King safely hitting the creep wave, doesn't want to show.
Oh, the jump though coming out from Ghostik. They've got the stun. The BKBs coming out now. So they're gonna try to chase after someone else instead. Can they find Astral in time? Oh, it's just a little bit off the mark. The tiniest bit.
They assumed that somebody else would be there, and that was a good guess, but it was more of a split push in the circumstance. But they almost got the tier 3, so this split push stuff they're doing definitely becoming effective. Forcing the whole enemy team back like that, and they got 0 kills. Definitely worth it. Oh, Lena messed that one up, actually. Ooh, that was a big mistake.
What'd you do?
She put a gem down to check the cliff spot, and she thought there was no wards, but she just didn't put it quite close enough to the hill.
Oh, dear.
So she thought that there was no ward, and that observer ward is going to stay up. So that's going to be a nice advantage. That oh yeah, it's definitely gone, guys. We're safe. But in reality, it could matter. I mean, maybe they're not going to play in that part of the map, but
Slayer needs to be careful. There are quite a few of PuckChamp's heroes over here. Does feel like they want to collapse, but we are seeing some push in the bottom lane. They're looking to take the tier 2. He's going to park Palantimos in front of this tower, put the solar crest on him, and just let her go. Aegis does get reclaimed.
Real strong. Hurricane Pike is up, going Daedalus next, not going Rapier. They do not want to chance this game. Rapier would be like the one way to get Monkey King back in this game, actually, because he's lacking that single target damage. If he gets a Rapier, his ultis start becoming insanely scary. But by Daedalus, it's fine. You've got split shot, you use modifiers, you can crit everybody that you attack. She's in a totally fine place.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to hand your enemy the keys to your undoing, for sure. Bignum might be the one who gets jumped here. Oh no, it's Palantimos. They immediately find it. They do have the axe now over here. Follow up with a nice Wukong's command. The Stampede comes out though, and they're just trying to hold down and just take down Palantimos. They go, they use the cheese though. He's absolutely fine. Turns right back around. Starts just throwing out the hits as much as he can. The Silence is being tossed out by FN as well. Double kill now as Dukalis and Astral go down. Melees, they follow up. It's a nice stop from the high ground. Bignum finds himself the kill. Desperate though on the back lines. Manages to find FN. So there is no Void Spirit, but that was a huge fight and a lot of resources that were just used on the side of PuckChamp.
It was, but at least the encouraging thing there for PuckChamp is they almost killed the Medusa. If not for the cheese, I think she dies there. But with that said, that's a lot of dead heroes on the map. This could force some buybacks for them so that they can slap some of these towers on the right side. The creep waves are not near, so they can only hit this tower for like a couple seconds. That's actually decent for Unique considering. If they went back, pushed out this wave, then went high ground, buybacks would have been gone. I think that was maybe a mistake there from Snapfire. Let's see.
Yeah.
Fake damage, all the pressure on Medusa, chops, cheese, and from here on out, it's fine. They can just re-engage from range.
Yeah, if she didn't have that cheese, I think that goes a lot differently.
Absolutely.
But, you know, it was a really nice try from PuckChamp. They almost managed it.
Good engagement.
Big fight for them otherwise.
Prism for the Radiant side, Stormcrafter as well. For them,
Slayer.
Stormcrafter pretty effective.
Ooh, he's found himself Puck. He's up hits, burns through all the mana. There's not going to be much that Puck can do other than BKB teleport out. That's not how you want to be using that BKB for sure.
But on the bright side, BKBs in late game have been buffed a little bit. They only last 6 seconds, so it's not the worst.
1 second more.
Spell Prism coming out again. This time to the dire side. Spell Prism on each side. Daedalus is now up on Dusa. She still has buyback money. She is really farmed here. Looks like Monkey King's getting close to his MKB. At the least, he's got a Javelin. That's already given him 30% pierce through evasion, so that's going to offset some of the butterfly right off the bat. An Edge Sword kind of sick on Medusa, actually. I'm surprised she's not using that, actually. It doesn't give her attack range, but...
You see how scared Krlt just got? just immediately he pounces down, goes, oh no, and just BKB teleports out. But MKB's completed.
Minotaur Horn. Minotaur Horn perfect on Juicy here, because it's a lot of like, there are stuns, but there's a lot of weak disables. This is going to give her the ability to easily pop BKB and Stone Gaze. Definitely safer than Pet of Sword here.
That is
Good
a
initiation.
dead Dukalis.
That was some damage. Death Prophet support not feeling as good this time. It's all this physical.
I think they just have a lot of burst too. Like if they're able to catch her out, and again they gave the shard over to the Nyx assassin who's constantly going to be scouting. You've got ways to stun up this time around on the side of Unique. So it's just, it makes that so much harder.
And more importantly, it's like if you fight for like less than 5 seconds, but you can still kill people, then you don't have to worry about like 4 wild axes like one-shotting your carries effectively, you know? Like, it's like, oh, I just took 2,000 damage from wild axes because I happen to be within 1,500 range of Beastmaster. That's not happening in this game. It just makes them much more confident at these fights.
Wonder
this is like team fight is just stronger too. That makes it easier too.
True. I wonder if Axe is depressed, the fact that axes are so prevalent right now in the game, and it's not Axe's axe.
Yeah, it's not him.
No.
That would definitely upset me if I was.
What about purges, man? You're a purge, but no. All right, they'll go. They use the Dream Coil. Snap. Oh, they're going a little bit too far. They've overextended over on the back lines. They just take down Astral almost immediately. They use those Mortar Kisses. He's got to buy back. It's not looking good for Dukalis. A big old crit coming through. Puck managing to escape melees though, trying to slow them down. Slayer's here, cookie hop forward, but the Yule set up with the LSA, the jump from Ghostik, and Palantimos gets a double kill.
So good to have Nyx in the front line against Puck in these circumstances. Like he gets the Spike Carapace break, FN instantly jumps on Puck, puts him all the way to almost death range before he even gets before he gets his BKB off. So at that point, it's just run for the hills. These team fights are difficult for PuckChamp. They need to initiate with Monkey King ulti, and it's just a lot harder to find these fights when you have a Nyx in the front line, when you have to worry about Centaur blink follow-up stunning. Yeah, that could be mega creeps.
That's what they're looking for. Do have to be careful here. Krlt hiding up in the tree line. Oh, if that was facing the other way. Oh, he jumped down into it. Oh no! BKB comes out immediately from Krlt. He starts to wind up. They're gonna see what they can do. Can they do anything to this Medusa? As they do manage to go and chip through a lot of that mana, they're gonna force Staffer out. You can hear that Stampede getting used as well. They did pick up the axe. They go right back in again, but the LSA Astral is going to fall. Laguna to Kryl's face as Ghostik just cuts him into pieces, and the GG indeed gets called. Team Unique is back with a vengeance.
That was a fun game to watch, I gotta say. Cool to see them have almost the same strat as the previous game. They just changed up 2 small things. The Void Spirit was much better at jumping in to grab little kills. Their opponents didn't have this OP hero in the mid lane. They just had a strong hero in Puck, who had a good game, but was counterable. Their 5 position countered him